just through that 10-11 section, a really fast corner. You just knock it down to fifth gear before you turn in. A big correction there, Townsend. God bless that access road. That really saved him there. This is the turn one curb. You got to take almost more than that or less than that.
Yeah, that's in that no man's. Oh, the big screen has apparently gone askew.
Oh, boy.
I have not seen that one before. I've seen some red flags for some weird stuff, fellas, but that one is a first. Obviously a safety concern for all the fans in the area.
I'm a little confused as to what we're looking at right here. Is that hanging over the racetrack?
Well, it was tilting towards the
track. It could, yeah.
Or did it swivel in the wind?
I have no dash, it's just Cosworth.
We've heard that a few times over the last few weeks with normally in races where people have lost their dash and electrical issues. So better that it happens here in the first practice rather than on Sunday afternoon in the race.
It just shows as we see Helio Castroneves in the 0-6. That looks like coming out of turn one, yeah.
And it's Alexander Rossi doing what you would have to do in a race scenario.
It sure seems like Helio's had more practice spins this season than maybe his whole career combined. It just seems like he's always either Friday practice or Saturday morning going all the way back to Barber. You're doing with your feet, so in this case with the brake pedal. So are you still trailing there as you see Will Power with the left sides almost entirely over off that curb? I mean, like you said, the right side's up against the guardrail, but sometimes in those scenarios your ability to just dump the brake pedal and not be forward pitched with the nose down, as Marcus Ericsson had some issues over in the left-hander. That's turn 6, I believe.
Yeah, just managed to get out of the way.
Someone, McLaughlin, I think, went with.
Alexander Rossi.
He talked about how easy it was to go a little bit wide there at 6.
That looked like power down, power slide, I've got it, and then the right rear dropped off the edge of the track, and the best driver in the world's got a lift at that point.
Yeah, 5 most expensive words in racing. I think I've got it.
Up the back straight, entering that quick switchback. This is what happened to Sato.
And this is a game of the deeper you go, the faster the lap time is, as long as you can hang on to it and keep it on the island. In this case, something went wrong, and maybe not. I mean, it's still going to be some damage to the wing, but maybe not as hard as we first thought.
Such an issue here as we see Helio Castroneves again around in the same location as last time.
This can't be a replay. Is this live?
Not a replay. Every time you cause a red flag, you have to sit for 5 minutes. So he would have been down for 5, then down for that entire Takuma Sato red like everyone else. So Helio not getting the kind of track time that he would like right now.
Place at the moment. He's turned 21 laps.
Award.
Trauma for Aaron McLaren SP.
Looks like turn 5 maybe. Don't hear an engine running, so that's a red flag.
No, just spun.
Stop just short of the barriers. Fast part of the racetrack, though. Lucky to not make contact with anything.
Just a moment ago, as Romain Grosjean was climbing out of the car, shaking his head, and as I watched after I got down to the 28 DHL stand, he was less than
10th in the timing order for Juncos Hollinger Racing. Runs a little wide, drops a couple of wheels.
So lucky.
That was impressive. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, if he kept it on the island.
I mean, but still, so lucky that it didn't end up worse than that. That little access road is sort of a double-edged sword.
You were thinking it happened while you were sitting on the pit lane, or did you sense it when you were coming into pits?
No, when I engaged the gear to go on the red car run, something broke, so we've had a clutch issue all session. Nothing you guys could have done. It's the same clutch as we ran last week. That worked really well, so just need to make sure that we understand why, and we got better for tomorrow, but I think we've had a pretty decent session, so that's really all matters.
But now you have to guess on qualifying, and that's the frustration.
Yeah, we've got 3 sessions. Fast 6 is the third one, so we should get it right by then.
Thanks, Ramon.
Joseph Newgarden, a little bit like Callum Ilott, maybe a little further off. Actually, different corner, totally different corner.
That's coming out of turn 5. We haven't seen one go off there. We've seen a lot off in turn 6.
Punctuated session. It is Joseph Newgarden of Team Penske, just 3 points out of this championship lead with a 6 grid spot penalty coming his way after qualifying tomorrow.
Penske looking strong. McLaughlin there in third. Will Power in 10th. So all 3 Team Penske cars in the top 10. But Like you talked about, James, I did note David Malukas, rookie Kyle Kirkwood for AJ Foyt Racing, also having a great session.
Guys like Scott Dixon and Marcus Ericsson are probably looking at what they can do differently and how much of that's just traffic, Townsend. It's tough to read too much into these times right now. Christian Lundgaard a ways off his rookie title rival in David Malukas.
Problems for Roman Grosjean, mechanical issues, Pato Award spinning off the track, unable to rejoin and unable to get a read on the Firestone Reds. That is going to hurt overnight.
And Takuma Sato with that lucky escape, the high-speed section over on the back chicane, but he was able to return to pit lane